do not go see this movie. If you have an ounce of dignity in your body, do not go see this movie. It is literally the exact same thing we have been given 5 times in a row. You know, the first time we got the first Transformers movie, it was new, something we hadn't seen before. We laughed at the explosions, the obligatory sexism, the obligatory racism, and just, throw the chaos of the world. Find the MacGuffin? Okay, we found a MacGuffin. Transformers just landed on Earth? Okay, that's kind of cool. And see what this world has to offer for our wonderful friends, the Transformers. Then the second movie came around. Guess what? More Transformers, more MacGuffins, more focus on the humans than anything else. With the oh-so-wonderful Sam Witwicky. Third movie. New Transformers, new MacGuffin, new world invasion, Chicago gets destroyed, rinse and repeat for all the time to see, and maybe some new stuff. Oh, new girl, not Megan Fox? Well, she might as well have been because it was the same freaking character, just replaced with a blonde wig. And then the fourth movie rolls around. Guess what? New Transformers, new MacGuffin, except now we got Prime who thinks humanity stinks and wants to kill us all. And then, guess what? Another MacGuffin. In the form of something the humans make. And it goes on and on. And guess what? In this movie, surprisingly, no new Transformers. Oh, wait. Yes, there are because they've been here all along, contradicting what we know from the first movie. And this takes place in the same timeline as the first movie. You cannot do that. I wouldn't be so mad. I really wouldn't. Except I've seen greatness come from such no hope. I saw the Power Rangers movie this year. A movie I thought was going to be horrible, god-awful. Me and my buddy Josh went to go see it. We thought it was going to be abysmal. We had to pregame by watching the old Power Rangers series a little bit, just to remember why we liked it so much. And then the movie turned out to be amazing. Wonder Woman just came out. The DC Universe. Horrible. Man of Steel. God-awful. Batman v Superman, somehow even worse, with the exception of the aforementioned Wonder Woman. And Ben Affleck as Batman and Jeremy Irons as Alfred. I really do want to see that standalone movie just because Alfred's amazing. Suicide Squad, it got better. Not a lot better, but just a little bit that I no longer have to bang my head against the wall. And then Wonder Woman comes. Amazing. And for everyone who tries to say it's not as good as a Marvel movie, or it's not a Marvel movie, or they borrowed this little bit from a Marvel movie, I don't care, it's a good movie, get over it. But no. We get Michael Bay's not caring, lazy, horribly written, no idea how to place a scene, no idea how to shoot a scene, and doesn't even know why we want to go see a Transformers movie. People went to go see Pacific Rim because there were giant robots fighting giant monsters. It was amazing. People went to see King Kong because we wanted to see King Kong fight. But in a movie called Transformers, where Transformers should be the primary thing, they're not. More time is spent on the humans in this movie than the rest combined. Optimus Prime is not in this movie. He's in it for one scene in the beginning, another scene in the middle, and then the last, I don't know, time is impossible to track in this movie, but I'm going to say 20 minutes being liberal, and he's evil because that works so well in The Fate of the Furious. Except in The Fate of the Furious, where it was all a ruse, Save your wife, save your son, and let the whole thing suit out afterwards. No, we go with the BS. Martha! You have to save Martha! Thing you saw in Batman v Superman. Just replace the word Martha with Bumblebee finally talking. Because, that joke hasn't been done to death 1,000 times. Oh, and another fun thing about this movie, Michael Bay's comedy. Oh, a character died? A very somber moment. You were the coolest. Why? Or Bumblebee's one-liner at the end, which I'm not caring about spoilers because it's the same movie. He kills the big baddie and goes, sting like a bee. Yeah. Why? I don't remember that much about the other movies because they all blend together. Except for Skids and Mudflap, they stand out like a sore thumb. And Mark Wahlberg is still an improvement over Shia LaBeouf. But my God. This was... You know, I haven't felt this bad after watching a movie since Ghostbusters. And I will still say Ghostbusters is a worse movie than this. But at the very least, they tried. I honestly believe Paul Feig and the rest of that crew tried. Now, what they were trying wasn't good, but they tried. This movie, there's no effort. There's no coherent thought going into it. And the biggest case of all, you'll catch it in the first 3 minutes, and if not, great for you, you're somehow more into this movie than the rest of us. The movie is shot in two different. You go from panoramic to full screen. Panoramic to full screen. Now, in something like a Christopher Nolan movie, that makes sense. He's a very style of a substance man, and he uses that to his advantage. However, it'd be like if halfway through this movie, I started zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, zooming out. Cropping, not cropping, cropping, not cropping. Or, you know, play with the lights. Off, on, off, on. See how annoying that is? Deal with that for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours of shaky cam, not being able to focus on what you got going on, and you can understand why this movie actively was hurtful to watch. This is the first movie that actually pained me to watch it. And it wasn't because of 3D. Think whatever, I didn't go see that in 3D. One, because I didn't want to pay extra money to feed this schlock, and two, it would have probably made me vomit. Supposedly, and I do say this, supposedly this is the last one Michael Bay is working on. And I hope, with every fiber of my being, that is the case. I hope he's done. I want him to vanish into the ether, never to be heard from again. He is a horrible, horrible director. A horrible producer. And he wasn't always that way. He could produce schlock, but it was enjoyable schlock. I like The Rock. I like Armageddon. And heck, Two Guns, he has moments. There is an iota, but he needs to be reeled in. He needs to be put in check. And he was not put in check in this movie. And everything you think about this movie that's going to be bad, it's there. The girl, she's annoying. You know, tries to be tough. Push the whole, oh, I'm tough girl, you know. And then she disappears for most of the movie, just to come back at the end for no reason. The new chick, you know, they say she's smart and she's a professor and all that, and all she does is quote a few, you know, scripture things. But it turns out she's the descendant of freaking Merlin, who can wield a magic staff to summon an Autobot dragon, which is the whole point of this movie, is the MacGuffin is Merlin's staff. The staff that fuels Cybertron and Omicron, which, if you know what Omicron is, it's the living planet for Transformers, kind of like the enemy of Cybertron. Guess where Omicron is? It's Earth. That's right, we've been living on a Transformer this entire time. And that's why all the Autobots come to Earth and Decepticons. Not because of Optimus, not because of Megatron, but because we're literally the Bravo landing site. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. I don't want to know. Because that's not even necessary for this. Don't go see this movie, guys. Look, we proved that if we see horrible movies, we've proven we can make a stand. Our voices were heard in the DC movies, and we finally got Wonder Woman. Voices were heard with the Ghostbusters movie, and they're not going to make any more of them. They learned the error of their ways. We have the power with our money to say no. We want good movies. We want something new, something original, or if it's something we've seen again in a new light. It just really hurts me that this has been 5 movies of the exact same thing. And nobody in the development of it, the screenwriting, no one called him on it. Nobody. And it's not like it was enjoyable. Welcome back to me, huh? I don't know if I'll be doing a Thursday or Friday video. I might. It might not be a movie. It might be something else. I'll think of it later. But as of right now, I'm just going to go home. I'm going to find a movie. It's past midnight. I probably should go to bed, but I need something good before I go to sleep. I'll search Netflix. There's got to be something there. This movie was painful to watch, guys. Don't go see this. Just don't. They set up for a sequel. I don't know there's a post-credit scene. I didn't stick around because after the freaking credits start rolling, they do this little wink nod that there's another movie coming up. I'm done. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't care. I'll see you guys next week, or Thursday and Friday if I plan to do something. I don't know what's next week. I think maybe Despicable Me 3. Who knows? Anyway, guys. I'm signing off, and please don't go see this movie. Don't get it on Redbox. Don't watch it on Netflix. Don't watch it on TV. But if you're a fan, go ahead. There's no stopping you. Well, back from my vacation. This is Kevin Riley, signing off. See you all next time. Later.